Alright folks, I stupidly done it again. I read my voice in just before the end of the tune. I tried to get it perfect, but it never fucking works, unfortunately. That tune was by a band called Fat Goth, which I'm absolutely amazed to say, because I love that idea. The track's called Guestbook. Check them out, man. It's quite heavy punk music this time, Craig.
Yes, it is.
It's bra. So, welcome to the podcast, Craig. How are you doing?
Fine, how are you doing, Steve?
I'm doing great. We live in the same house. It's fantastic.
Any changes today?
Nothing at all.
No,
nothing at all. The podcast
you're
is
fine. You're fine.
Yeah, yes. Why are you saying it like that? What was it you said the other day? That word that you kept saying like in a kind of Yorkshire accent.
Oh, fucking Rivita.
Rivita. You kept saying Rivita for some reason in a kind of heavy Yorkshire accent.
Because Rivita seems like it's forced.
Aye.
So I was trying to say it casually, like
Aye.
Rivita.
Rivita.
But I don't know, it sounded like I want fucking Emmerdale.
Idiot. You don't want to be in Emmerdale, that's the worst.
I want Rivita with some cheese.
Rivita with some cheese.
Cheese.
Aye, amazing. Just a ridiculous start off there. That's fantastic. So we've got quite a packed podcast this week, man.
Aye,
we've got a Scottish hip hop documentary to play, put together by.
That'll be interesting for everybody.
But I'm thinking it might be.
Is it?
Just to introduce people. It's on for about half an hour as well, so that's them dying already to find out what's happening. And we're going to be talking more about Scottish hip hop because we'll be talking about Loki's Trigger Warning album. That's it. We've got the kind of cut down version.
I said there was a few things missing.
There's some
I reckon if he's meaning like a bunch of songs.
It'd be like wee story details. Mindful one like Gimp, they had the kind of announcer women talking through it. So I think there'll be sort of linkages like that. So linkages. I hate using that word.
Is that a word?
Linkages. I don't know. We'll go with it. We'll use it for that one. We've got a brilliant podcast coming in a few weeks. I'm so excited for one. How much could we say about it? Really?
It's bordering on the illegal.
Alright. Bordering on illegal, but we've worked it in a sense that we can do it legally. In a sense. It's basically going to be a podcast with me and a few friends, and we've spoken about this before, we've been trying to get it done for a while. Partaking in psychedelics. That's the way we say it. There you go.
Which should be legal.
But because it's totally up to you, but they aren't. So we're going to be doing that soon. I'll not put any names. Everybody kens my name, but I'll not put any names.
Need dry snitching, bitch.
Need dry snitching, man.
They're going to be dry snitching themselves.
See, ever since I heard that, I've been using that word dry snitching every fucking time I get a chance to. It's amazing.
They're going to be dry snitching on themselves.
Definitely, aye. But it's going to be quite interesting,
because
man.
They could ask like us not to say their names.
Aye.
But then they're going to be speaking high.
Well,
and they're going to eventually just fuck up.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to just leave the microphones recording for all that time. We can't do it live, obviously. That's part of the way we get away with doing this. We can't record live, so it's a pre-recorded thing. We'll just leave the microphone running, sort of thing. So whenever we want to kind of say stuff, we'll just jump back and forward to the microphone. It's going to be a little healthy recording, but I'll cut it down into. I can't imagine we're going to get much sense what's happening. But I think
you're going to spend a lot of time editing.
Basically, aye.
I think the fun thing about this is there's going to be about 20 minutes of you being illegal.
Aye.
Because the illegal part is having it.
Well, I think I was going to start recording just after we do it, then start recording.
Aye, but there's going to be about 20 minutes where you're just going to be in possession of. So there's going to be like 20 minutes of you breaking the law, and then you just have broken the law.
Mm-hmm. Then after
5
that,
minutes
we're
ago,
alright.
And they can't arrest you for that.
No. Because they have to prove that I've done it as well.
They have to prove that you've done it,
and I will not be doing it on the recording sort of thing. So it's no.
Although
we're saying all this now.
We've tried our best. We're not lawyers or anything, but we have tried our best to look at the law and to make sure it is legal today.
Mm-hmm.
There is a wee bit of illegality,
but
the podcast itself is legal. It's them not being able to prove that you've
done that,
taken it.
So everybody knows what it is, but we just can't see it, and that's the problem. So we're going to be doing that in a couple of weeks, man. Hopefully. We've kind of got it all set up, but we're getting there, man. It's really close, so I'm looking forward to putting that out as a wee special.
It's going to be a fun day for me. Like, I'm going to be fucking sober.
Well, this is Craig doesn't partake in any sort of drug taking.
Vote for me. The sober candidate.
Aye. But he's going to be here sort of on the thing that we're doing that day.
I've technically got a first aid certificate from about 10 years ago. So I could technically give CPR.
I think we'll be fine. But during the partaking, Craig obviously isn't taking part. But people will know of the substance and will know that technical abilities are completely lost. And so Craig's here to handle that. So while
for fucking 8 hours.
For a good amount of time.
Jesus Christ.
Aye. Oh. It's a long time, man. It's a long time. It's a long shift. But it'll be decent, man.
Fucking better.
Can we film some of the stuff I think we spoke about before? Aye.
Of course we can film. Send that.
It's all the same with any kind of.
Send that to fucking you being framed, lord.
Oh,
can I film you taking it?
Nah.
Well, maybe you can because it's after the fact at that point.
No.
Maybe you can.
I'll stay away from filming the actual recording.
We've not searched all the legalities. We've just searched the legalities.
I'll probably stay away from the actual filming of me taking it. Say
the name of the drug. No film or record the audio of you taking it.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're alright at that point.
Oh yeah, there you go. So again, it's coming in a couple of weeks, man. What I think we should do is go through our. You got stuff written down or just remember stuff off the top of your head for the Loki album review?
I've not written anything down. No. I was listening through it and it wasn't until halfway through when you mentioned that I thought I probably should have wrote something.
Well, what I started today was like write in a kind of review sense of the word, but I'm terrible at that.
A review sense of the word,
like writing the kind of like the feeling of the album and everything like that. Right. So I started doing that, and then I was like, actually, I'll just start writing lines that I enjoyed.
Aye.
Well, and the only problem with that is that there's fucking loads of lines that I enjoyed.
Aye.
But I remember like the first ones that came up. And then as I'm writing them, more come up.
That's the fucking annoying thing about Loki is he's really good.
Just really, really good lines all the time.
Hate him.
So this is Loki's Trigger Warning album. It's out tomorrow, the 31st. I forgot that correct. I think I do. Aye, tomorrow. It's out, Trigger Warning. We'll put a Bandcamp link up the end. Because I think the album's like on...
You can pre-order it, isn't it?
You can pre-order it as well. So there you go. But it's definitely out the morning, so you'll be able to like, stream it as well. That's probably the best way to do it if you've not got the monies. But again...
his book's coming out soon, isn't it? As well.
I think so. I think he's been working on that pretty heavily as well. He's pretty heavy on the workload, man.
A couple of month or 2 months.
Maybe something like that. Aye,
something like that.
Pretty cool. Been pretty busy. So he's got this coming out, the book, and I think he's working on another album as well. So he's always pretty fucking busy, man. You can't really say he's.
Oh, is he working on it? I thought he'd stopped.
Oh, I done an interview with him on Scotland Stand Up, and he said he had 2 albums planned.
Oh, yeah, 2 albums. So Trigger Warning was one of them.
Trigger Warning's the first one.
Right, so he's got one more.
He's got one more. Aye. He said something about one of them was more political based, and the other one was just a kind of solely hip hop album.
Oh.
So I'm not sure if this. This is obviously more political based. So.
Or maybe more social.
Again, he's maybe changed his mind. People change their minds all the time. So it might be. I mean, that was fucking months ago. I done that. So to get into the review, the album was fucking amazing. I'll go through. I'll actually read the bullshit I wrote at the fucking beginning.
Right, I'm interested.
It's fucking terrible. It's the first time in a while I've seen an album that's almost like cinematic. Because it started off, there was a wee bit kind of jazz piano in the background, and then it kind of led on to like a wee bit kind of like atmospheric, kind of paddy sounding stuff. Just like when I talk about that,
paddy.
You've not been in any sort of production styles, have you? You've never been interested in that side of things. When I talk about like nice snare drums and stuff, you're just like fucking shut up. Pads are basically like atmospheric sounds. Yeah, you touch on a pad and it just goes atmospheres and stuff like that.
Yeah, I would have just put atmospheric.
Well, that's what I basically did right.
Paddy.
I wrote an almost psychedelic atmospheric sound, then to an incredibly kicked up boom bap style stomper.
Are you really just trying your best to say?
I was trying to.
How would a reviewer write this? Pretentious.
I was trying to pretend it was Johnny Rimmer.
You're fucking
but
pretentious.
I'm not. So what I'll do is I'll just go through I've only got 4 quotes, annoyingly. So I kept fucking missing stuff. The hell fucking album, I've got 4 quotes. They're not even full quotes because I forgot what I said at the beginning bits. It's ridiculous. There was a bit where he mentioned libraries full of DVDs about celebrities.
Right.
That was that fucking caught my attention because I've been in a few libraries in my time and seen DVD. Aye. When I was in Kirkcaldy.
Weird.
When I was in Kirkcaldy.
Oh, so you weren't actually going there for the books?
No, I got a few books sometimes, but I did ended up buying books by celebrities. I got a book for Richard Hammond, and I read Jack D's book, and I was thinking about getting Jeremy Clarkson's book to see what it said, but I didn't bother. But right, loads of DVDs, and they've got a DVD section in the library which I didn't, which annoyed me, and it also annoys Loki, which I'm quite happy to see happened.
That seems like a shite thing.
Quite annoying, quite stupid. There was a part where he mentioned it was something about you talk about you're through the school of hard knocks. I was brought up in a scheme where having a mum and dad's posh.
I heard that.
That's a fucking great line, man. Fucking beautiful line.
It's something that I reckon. I think a lot of his fans will relate to that. Because we didn't ken a lot of people who's still mum and dad or sort of get. I ken a
lot of people with like multiple second names. So,
like Kevin Bridges.
Well, this is my point. This is what I was going to bring up. Is that Kevin Bridges talked about that when you get people going back to school with like a different second name. That was his joke.
There's a few people that have had that. So, but I feel like some of his fans now, because he's gotten so much more popular, that there's going to be people who can't relate to that, and that would be interesting. Therell be a sort of maybe that is a thing that exists somewhere. Make them think as well.
That's it. I think that's probably a lot of the idea of the album, because it's become a lot popular and there's a lot more political minded people getting in touch with his music, not necessarily into hip hop. So it's great that he's putting the message out there that people are actually fucking scum as well.
And the scum people matter.
Exactly.
Scum lives matter. There you go.
Exactly, man. There was a fast track on the album.
I struggled.
I felt bad, but I did struggle trying to get through it.
Because we were both trying to listen to it all the way through. Because normally I would sort of listen to a track a couple of times. But he said to try and listen to it in a one-up. And to sort of get the overall atmosphere of the album. So I did do that.
That's it.
But doing that, I struggled to keep up with the fast track.
My attention span's fucking terrible as well, so I'm afraid I kind of missed loads of parts, man.
Especially because I remember, if I remember correctly, that fast track that you're talking about came in after there was a bit of instrumental that was for the State of the Union for GIMP. There was an instrumental that was similar to that, and it was a bit where it was talking about independence and then Donald Trump and that. Is that about where you're talking about?
It was the track you're saying that
the fast track that was hard to keep up with.
I think so. I think that was about that time. It was really fast, and I was just struggling to fucking keep up with it. This is the last bit I wrote down. Was I have got an earbit actually. The track Across the Room, which was released a good few years ago, was a track about him trying to meet this woman in a cafe. So it's a great tune, but it's like an updated version, and it was kind of weird hearing it because I was so used to the original tune, and even if he did try to make it better, it would never sort of suffice to the original one, because I'm always used to that original kind of sounding one. Right. But it was a bit weird hearing that.
I've never heard that.
But again, because I says to you about that track appearing, and you were like, well, I've not heard it, and I was like, well, that's a good fucking point. He's got a lot of new listeners, he could fucking do that.
He has put a few songs on new albums and stuff. Pretty sure he put the one with Morgan Becca Starr on Edging God out.
Aye.
So,
he could do that now, man. He's got so much fucking new listeners that it doesn't really matter. He could do really what he wants. It's his fucking stuff. He can do what he wants. Exactly, album, so. It's perfect. The Creatives Party track. I got the name for this earlier. Where is it?
Is there a track list really?
It was called Children of the Corn. There was a track list I got yesterday.
Alright.
A track called Children of the Corn. It goes to a party with loads of creatives and stuff like that. You mind that song?
Oh, aye. When he's talking about how awkward he is at a party. Aye.
Just loads of like...
Love that song.
Loads of like really sarcastic. They're just brilliant. Same like there was that track on GIMP, The Unimportance of Being Idle. I like his kind of sarcastic kind of dicky tracks as well. I like him being a cock.
That's
kind of, it's my favourite Loki, man. Loki's the kind of the god of mischief, so it's kind of it fits in on perfect.
Sometimes you forget that it's a persona.
That's it. It's great, man. It's fucking great.
They're always good tracks. I've always liked the tracks. Maybe it's just because I'm a bit of a cunt as well.
Aye. Great, man. Quality. There was a bit at the end where he says at the end of that track, he's like, "I'll go drunk and murder you." Kidding on. Alright, fair enough.
When he's talking about the ridiculousness of them discussing hipster cheese.
Aye.
Like, I reckon if anybody's ever discussed hipster cheese, I totally see it.
Aye. They could well do. There was somebody says the caviar's just a garnish. So I was like, fucking, just annoyance, man.
I wonder if any of these things are real.
Maybe. Well, that's. I'm wondering if he's been to a party and he's just fucking noted doing exactly what happened at that party.
I get that. That might
just
be,
like,
you've a thing. That'd be funny.
That'd be great, man.
I hope that's the case. But
I'm sure it is. I'm sure it definitely is exactly what happened. Definitely. So that's your kind of like regular kind of half-arsed review.
We're not music reviewers.
Definitely not, man. We like music and we can say it's good or no, but we can't tell you why. That's basically the reason. So that's your half-arsed review. Thank you.
I think you should buy the album though.
Definitely buy the album, man. I think it's a tenner or something like that. Digital download. Fair enough. Go for it, man. Fucking right. And if you didn't have money, you can stream it as well. So he's thought that through. Fantastic, man. Fucking brilliant. The Kennoway Community Shed's coming up. The open day. April the 4th for anybody listening live or listening on today. It's April the 4th to everybody else. So yes, 10 to 1.
It's 10 to 1 every Tuesday, but this is a specific thing.
This is an open day for the community. There's been loads of leaflets and everything put out, stuff like that. We never got leaflets, but whatever. So we'll see
David. They were about
that. Do we want to talk about our terrible DIY?
Not really. But I feel like
let's talk about it. Basically, the community shed was given loads of pallets from some company. I think Bob probably mentioned it, but I can't remember.
I think you got them.
You got them free. You got them donated. So they're like taking the pallets apart and making kind of like a planter thing. There was like a 3-box planter thing, and so there was a joiner, an actual real DIY handyman / joiner guy.
He was just a man.
Just a guy.
Just a man.
And he was
a real man, unlike us.
Our first task was to use the drill. Failed miserably. It was fucking terrible. For some reason.
See, right, no, this is bullshit, right? Because I first used the drill and it was absolutely fine. The problem I had is that I was watching the guy, I think his name is, Bill?
I should learn their names.
I should learn them, I have no idea their names. Let's call him Bill. If it's wrong,
Bill. We call him Bob Bill, so everybody's Bill.
So Bill was I saw him drilling the holes in, and he'd just drill and then bring the drill out seamlessly. So I was like, looks easy enough. So I drilled in, tried to put it back out, and it wouldn't come back out again.
That's because you turned it off when you were inside.
But I didn't realise that.
Because when I was doing it, if you watched me, I just done it and then fucking put it back out.
That's great, Steve.
Because it was still going.
That's fucking fantastic. But you done it third. And you done it wrong as well. You kept fucking it up.
How did I fuck that up? I didn't.
Well, let me finish. Right.
I didn't fuck up the drill.
So I kept fucking the drill up, and then I finally got into a pattern of getting it to work by keeping the button on. Right. So that was fine. But even then, it would still take an extra few seconds for it to come out. Whereas him, it seemed easy. It was just in out.
Because you left the button on.
Because so was I. That's what I just said.
You didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
At the end, I fucking did.
At the end, you did.
Yes, and it was still a problem. It's for him, it seemed smooth, and for me, it seemed like it was like, oh, Craig's in it. Let's just fuck them. Right. That's what the drill was saying, right? And so Stephen came in like, oh, you're fucking useless. You're a fucking shit cunt.
My shady arrogance
Let me just fucking hammer this in so I can get on with the fucking day. You're useless fucking piss drown. Can't even drill a fucking hole, you useless fat bastard. Fat shaming and everything, right? Goes to put the nail in. Fucking splits the wood, doesn't he? Fucked up. Fucked it all kinds up.
I put 3 nails in it and split every fucking single bit. Every single bit was split wood.
Prick.
And then I done the drawing myself, and then I went to hammer everything in. and I bent one of the nails. It was the first nail on my second try.
Aye. After saying to me, why did it take you so long to hammer in the fucking nail? I was like, I'm taking my time, bitch.
I got cocky and I bent the fucker.
Aye.
And then try to get them back out. My fuck ups.
That was amazing.
The guy was like, just grip it in and then just like wave it to the side.
Aye.
I was like, bro, and then I done it and went full pelt and ripped the heat off it. And then I tried to take the nail at the bit wide. Yay! No, just sorry.
Oh, fuck.
Just, we're fucking useless, man. I stood back, I was like,
I could not believe that we'd fucked up hammering fucking because
I went into it thinking, how hard could it be? Really? It's just putting a wee nail and a wee bit wide. And fucked it.
He's
just
a dick,
incredibly fucked it.
He's a dick. Because he just went and done it.
Right.
And it was fine.
And Bob, we're needing it done today, lads. Prick.
Why,
Absolute
fuck
prick.
Bob, by the way. He's doing fuck all as well. He's sitting a bit like,
He was carrying the pencil.
I was kidding.
He made a big deal that I had 2 pencils and everything like that.
One in each lug. It's good to keep it not the only 2 useless cunts up there.
Mm-hmm. Here you go. So we get to see more of that on the open day, that'd be funny.
Aye. Was it weird doing on the open day, Steve?
But we're basically taking up the mics and everything like that. We're going to maybe try and record some conversations and stuff like that. There's not really much we could show on a podcast because you have to sit there for a wee while.
Aye.
And people will be wanting to come in and go sort of thing.
Aye, come and go on.
So I'm thinking we just get them to come in after they've had a look about and just say, right, what do you think? Get a few vox pops and we play it in this podcast or something like that. It could be 5-minute section of people going, oh, it's alright.
We do want to get a couple of people.
Honestly, a 5-minute section of 40 people just going, oh, that was pretty cool. Or, pointless. Which some of them might do, I reckon.
So we want to get 2 people doing a challenge though.
Aye, we've got a big... but no, we're going to keep it quiet. We've got a challenge.
But I reckon it should be Bob and Bill.
Aye. Well, we've got, basically, just to explain it, we're taking the camera up with the kind of studio lights and stuff. Will Bob take a background? I think we need to. Aye, we're going to try and do some challenges and stuff like that as well. Wish I had that fucking hot... we've got the bug poop tea.
Oh, no interest.
No?
I don't think there'll be any interest in that.
I think they will. I think somebody will. Eventually.
Well, it'd be good to Carol and make some bug poop tea.
Because we've not got time to order any like beasties or anything like that, so...
So if Carolyn just makes some bug poop bug poop tea, and then give them a cup of tea, and they'll be like, "Oh, it's bro, aye, it tastes different, aye." Like when it's made a lot, shite
for a bug. Warm shite.
I reckon that'd be well fine.
Mm-hmm.
Aye, we'll do that.
Because you tried it before and it just tastes like terrible tea.
Well, I did like tea anyway.
Aye.
So it was shit to me before it was turd.
Because we made it like a cup of tea, put a cup of sugar, a wee bit of milk.
Apparently you're not meant to put was it you're not meant to put something in something? You're not meant to put sugar in tea? Or
I reckon.
You're not meant to put milk in coffee or something?
It's
some bullshit tradition.
It's a British tradition.
It's just absolute pish.
Aye, total balls. So you want to talk about the council election, man? Sorry, April the 4th, 10 to 1. The Kennoway. What do you call it? The Kennoway locker rooms.
Kennoway
the football changing rooms. There you go. At Gotland's Park. Boom. So there you go. Council elections, bitch.
So this is probably going to be coming up a lot.
Mm-hmm.
The council elections are fast coming in. That's it's happening on May the 4th. And I'm not going to do the terrible joke because I want to kill myself every time I do it.
May the 4th be with you.
Oh,
that's a terrible joke, by the way. That's no me just did.
Dinny. So the candidate list was put out last night. Have you read it yet? Have you seen all the people?
Aye.
It's fun, isn't it?
There's a lassie called I never can know how to spell her name or say her name.
Oh, do you know?
Kieran McDonald for Kirkcaldy. She's got a ward. I think it's the Green Party she's working with. She's
Dunedin Drive.
Dunedin Drive, aye, totally. Aye, I can Kieran. She used to go to the YMCA, Kirkcaldy.
No wonder she's a Green Party.
Well, I can her. I can Kaz Paul, obviously. I can Bill Mayer. I can you.
The fucking traitor, Kaz Paul.
I can.
Wants to privatise the bins.
I can Alex Sy, David Alexander, and that's it.
I'd see Mary Lockhart's standing again. I thought she was being. I thought she had lost her chance to stand because she was for the locks, which has been taken away.
Right. So no, no war then? Like, no. Did they get any council say?
No. But it's been split up between 3 different wards.
Right.
So they'll go in different areas. So Mary's standing for that. Well, I hope she gets in because she's a good socialist. I reckon when she's still in the Labour Party, but she's a good socialist. I think there's a lot of socialists wasted.
I think it seems like the socialists that are wasted in certain parties are like
Mary Black, perfect example.
They've joined mainstream parties because they're mainstream parties.
Aye.
They've not thought about the kind of lesser parties and stuff like that.
Aye. For instance,
is that accurate?
If I had been in the Green Party, I would have been standing as a Green Party candidate in this ward, because the Green Party candidate in this ward now is a paper only vote.
Aye.
He's not actually going out campaigning.
For Cooper, for fuck's sake.
For Cooper, aye.
It's miles away.
Which is quite annoying.
Aye.
It's kind of annoyed me with the Greens this time, because that's the left vote being split between me and him, and he's not even trying to be a councillor. He's just there. If they had stepped down and let me have the votes, somebody who wants to be the councillor, I could have.
That's quite annoying. That.
Pretty annoying. So the Greens have sort of annoyed me a wee bit. And I didn't care if I want to vote for them for that specific reason.
Well, Kennan that he's not wanting the job.
That he's not wanting the job.
What because if he gets the job, he's just going to be like, oh fuck.
He's going to just turn down the job, and then the second next.
Then we hear a by-election.
No. It'll be the second.
The next one.
The next person, which could very well be the Lib Dems or the Tories, or something like that, which is a fucking horrible thought. Imagine a Tory being the councillor. Oh God, what a fucking shitmare that would be.
Who's the Tory guy again for here? Ian Morris.
Graham
Ritchie. Who's the Ian Morris?
Ian Morris is the
green guy.
Green guy.
The gringo.
Steve Wood for the Lib Dems, Alice Sutty and David Alexander for the SNP, Colin Davison, Tom Adams for Labour.
Right. I've got the leaflets for the door today.
And I got a wee fat guy called Craig Duncan.
Wee fat guy?
Solidarity. Never met him, hangs about, I can't.
So now your address is just out there.
Okay.
It's like, oh shit.
It's weird, isn't it?
Aye.
It's weird, I should have put a fake address.
Aye.
There was a Tory councillor actually.
People could just come to your door and just be like, hey, what the fuck?
Aye.
Fuck.
It's weird, isn't it?
It's like, what if I answer and people thinking who you are and they're like, right, you need to fix this. And I'm like, I need to fix nothing. And then fucking give them the rapid elbows.
Do nothing.
Do fucking nothing.
Aye.
That's terrible.
Well, no, I could go on Google Earth and search for Brownmere's house and look through his windies.
Oh, aye, the Palestine flag and shit. We get
rain
flag.
That's Paul's house now as well. Look through his windies.
Oh, I totally aye. I would just go to his door and be like, hey, you're not privatising my bins.
Leave my bins alone.
I'm keeping my bins. It's libertarian.
Bin lives matter.
Bin lives matter, aye, totally. That would work.
He was saying the day that he's going to get Joe's Bins to run the bin service.
Big Joe's Bins. The popular Joe's Bins.
Aye. Legendary Joe's Bins.
The legendary.
Provides the best service.
Aye, the premier.
He just puts it in his car.
The gold service of Joe's Bins.
I mean, there's only the one guy, so he can only pick up the bins every 3 months. But no tax money being spent, so that's
it. There you go. Big Joe's fucking.
Joe's a legend. You need to accept that Joe's a legend.
There you go.
Comes through his own volition.
Is there a Big Joe's?
Nah.
No, just a fake Joe's.
It was made up, man.
Fake
the
news.
The bins haven't actually been privatised.
Oh, I can.
There isn't a bin service.
I know.
Maybe there is. Maybe you can get like
maybe there fucking is.
Booper service for
There's
bins.
places out there that fucking take stuff away and skips. They could probably start their own business. I'd imagine.
But
there's no needed
now, though. Because is somebody going to pay to have their wheelie bin done privately?
If it's not done through the council, they're going to have to.
No, but I mean, folk that have got it through the council. I'm saying, does a private alternative exist like Booper exists?
Oh, no, I don't think so.
Because that would be stupid.
Although, I've never checked.
That would be dumb. That would be really stupid if, like...
Nah. It would be. But if you're on, like, a weird country road or something like that you know...
Oh, there's definitely people like that. They need to stick it in the back of their car.
Take it to your body or something.
And then the tip says, "Nay fly tipping."
Aye.
Or "Nay entry," or something like that. And you're like, it's a fucking...
No entry, you're a fucking bin.
You're a big bin with a cage. What the fuck you... What do you mean I can't come in? Fucking...
Come in to the bin.
What stupid fucking
ridiculous.
They've got opening times for the bin. I can't put my stuff in the bin at night. What?
It's past 9 o'clock. I can't put my shit in the bin.
It's a bin.
You have to wait 5 minutes until they open and shit. Right. Just sit aside.
Oh, on a break. What? The bin's on his break. Fuck off.
I had to wait in Sid's the other day for Buckfast. I had to wait 2 minutes until the hill opened. Like, he made me wait.
And Sid's Buckfast.
Well, this was a few weeks ago.
Oh.
It's fucking. I was sitting waiting for it. And it was me and Scott Girdner. Dry snitching again.
Dry snitch.
But I'm buying perfectly legal alcohol. I think it was like
the Ned drink.
Aye, he was in like 3 minutes before me, so it was like 5 days. So he was like, I've got fucking 5 minutes to
How did
to
you do
burn.
that?
But I was sat there for 2 minutes until Sid was just like sitting at the side and just waiting till he opens the curtain, and I'm gone.
What
Come
a dickhead.
on.
He could have just.
Kind of funny thing was, there's no Buckfast. I had to go to the co-op.
I told you that you sell Buckfast.
Aye.
He had you wait there.
I didn't care if it was wanting Buckfast. I just said it was because I never actually got to ask for the drink. I had spoken to Scott. I was like, you in for the same thing as me? And he was like, aye.
Alright.
Drink.
I did do that one day. I was getting Mum's birthday present when she was able to drink. I think I was like 18.
Mm-hmm.
So it was one of the first times buying alcohol. I was like, oh, yes. Mate, make sure I got my ID. So I was up the street. It was like 5 to 10. So I was just sitting outside the co-op, just like a bell end. I think it was David Sands at the time.
Are you always
sitting
turn up?
outside David Sands like a prick.
Are you always turn up?
Looking like a right junkie. Like, I'm just going outside for the Buckfast.
Seriously, for a drink, mate. Just sitting.
Scratching my jaw.
You always turn up 5 minutes before. It's always stupidly.
Your jaw gone mental in that.
I need more drink.
Because your jaw goes mental with alcohol. That's a proven
And then when you get it, you have to wait till you get down the road.
It was for Mum's birthday, so I wasn't that worried about it.
Tia Maria, I take it now.
I was,
Magical drinks. The coffee liqueur. Is it coffee?
Delicious, by the way. I reckon
it is coffee, isn't it?
I think so. Maybe.
Sure it is.
Fucking delicious. I can that.
The magical liqueur. Our half an hour section has overrun by 6 minutes.
Oh, aye.
Unbelievable.
What a fucking nightmare.
So, rather than just going to a tune, I thought we'd go into a documentary. Switch up.
Oh.
There's a documentary called Shelter Hip Hop. It's a Scottish hip hop documentary produced by Paul Reilly. Enjoy.
So what does actually come to mind when you think of Scotland? Haggis, kilts, whisky, rain, Celtic Rangers, Lorne sausage? Well, here in Scotland we have a niche market of Scottish hip hop. The artist's voice takes us through their own personal journeys and their social commentary. So this is what Scotland is to them.
I was raised in a city made of stone. Castle stands tall over all that we know, but flying on top ain't a flag of our home. Red and blue shows that were owned by the throne.
I grew duller, getting boozed and rubbered. Let my roots get smothered, so my views had suffered. The grey was off-putting and the blue was duller. Now it's time to reveal my true colours.
And I guess this city will never change, which is no great shame, because I love her taste as much as I love her name. She's insecure with a touch of vain, and she bleeds her tearful memories softly, trying to clutch her pain.
I think it's reflecting the issues that are going on in society. It's an engaging way of changing people's mindsets, being able for them to challenge, you see the community for what it is. And it's a movement. I think the Scottish hip-hop are a movement for change.
Started in various schemes, I would say, throughout Glasgow and I think the East Coast as well, but my knowledge is more Glasgow based. For me, I seen it first in about 1984, which is a long time ago now, and it seemed to grab the hold of the youth at the time through the element of breakdancing. At that time, it wasn't necessarily the rapping or the DJing that people were into, but the actual b-boying and breakdancing and body potting, that captured everybody's imagination back then. And also the graffiti art as well. That captured a lot of people's imagination, and you still can see people who came from that era who are still painting, and maybe they're actually commissioned painters now as well. And you see some of the big murals that they do for like the council, but they came from the graffiti era as well.
Alright.
Because it attracts people from the lower end of the income scale, those people tend to have a certain type of cultural experience that they reflect and express through hip-hop, which in turn creates a hip-hop culture which reflects that back at those communities. So what does it say about Scottish culture when so many young Scottish people are identifying with African American artists who are talking about violence, drugs, police brutality. What does that say? And too often we blame the young people for not being cultured enough or being drawn to violence, when actually it's because they come from violent communities, so they have all those impulses, and they're hearing someone who's expressing the emotions that they feel, which is usually anger and rebellion.
The train slowly pulled out the station, and the world became cloaked in the darkness of a tunnel, leaving the platforms free for the water rats to scurry in the mad rush for scraps of food and other things.
The particular line that you're talking about, actually, that was lifted from a piece of prose that I wrote, and I had intended to make it rhyme, and then I thought actually it's quite nice the way that it is, and that song was written at a time when I was struggling to get sober and stay sober. So the Buckfast was just one thing that I used as a prop to try and show what my life was really like. All of those places that you see in the video are all places where I would be drinking. I would just drink on my journey to somewhere, you know. I used to take the train from Charing Cross to Honeyblood and back, because I was living in Honeyblood with my partner at the time. Our mum owned a flat there. And that was the first time I'd lived in a more affluent community and got a real strong insight into what these class differences really look like. And I realised that they manifest in myriad ways, including that the community is more cohesive, where the place is affluent, people are calmer, people drink Buckfast less. And when I moved there, that brought a lot of things to the surface for me. So that song was a byproduct of a new kind of wave of creativity that came from actually getting an insight into what it was like to live on the other side of the track.
It mostly appeals to young men, if I'm really honest, usually from working class backgrounds, but not exclusively. I would say that like hip hop in any kind of form tends to give a voice to people who have been marginalised for whatever reason, or feel like it's a music form that's doesn't require sort of you to be amazing at an instrument or like talented in a kind of elite performance kind of way. It's more of a genre that like been a genre that speaks up for people that are considered at the bottom of society or not taken seriously by those in power or by the establishment. So Scottish hip hop is like anywhere in that respect. Like it's the genre I see in Scotland that speaks up for normal people. That's not to say that most normal people necessarily listen to it, but I think the people that are attracted to it tend to come from those backgrounds.
Right, yo, we're in Kelvin Grove in Glasgow for the battles. Everyone here make some noise. Right, we got the main fucking battle of the day. We got Profanity versus Loki. You really are the worst dunce. Profanity, what's up? What an imaginative name in a genre characterised by cuss words. Before we even start, you can't challenge me or my crew's game. In fact, if I was you, I would be battling for a new name. like Raymator!
Your wisest twat receiving a buzz. You know that track called Wheels on a Bus? That shit was whack and cheesy as fuck. You must have acne deep in your blood, because there's a strange smell and your face melts when them scabs are seeping with pus. And I don't give a fuck who you are. You're not good with the bars. His comical chronicle took you apart. And in that battle, you look like a fish out of the water. That's why you never see this bitch south of the border.
You're known for
So this is the annual rap battle that takes place in Kelvin Grove Park in Glasgow. I then got up with Andrew Mackenzie, who is an MC and rap battle organiser.
Well, what I've been doing is I've started up a battle league called Iron Bars, and I was trying to do what Gasp did with Badmouth, which is bring people up from England to battle, and people who are on Don't Flop or any other leagues like King of the Ronalds, because I'm going to do a show with King of the Ronalds next month. So with that, I was trying to like attract some kind of like regular hip hop people, some people who are also maybe not so interested in hip hop but would be interested in battles, and then like have good quality battles, so it would broaden out a bit, and people who maybe weren't as interested in battles before would want to come and see it.
Along with all the other elements of hip hop, can be repurposed from an individual activity to a competitive activity. You can have graffiti battles, you can have beatbox battles, you can have DJ battles, rap battles, and this is a means for communities that usually assert themselves over one another using violence. It means they have this alternative medium where they can express their aggression. Some of them express their masculinity, and some of them express their, cockiness, ego, whatever you want to call it, youthful energy. They can express that in a means that it's not killing people, not killing each other, not adding to the violence, and also, in a sense, gives them another outlet to express the other emotions that they're feeling in that violent context.
Everything started like hip-hop in America gets famous because it brings a different culture to America. It's all your slang, what happens on your street. And the same with down there. So you get all this grime stuff in the UK, and it's new. You get all this yo blood in it, and it becomes slang, and it becomes catchy, and it becomes a pillar of that culture. They've just the way people speak. So if I was to say things to people coming up now is don't turn your back on your Scottish accent, embrace it, because that's what really connects with people. And if you're ever going to get anything, I would think you would have to have your street behind you, your neighbourhood behind you. So I would say speak for how you speak and speak for your community. And I guess that's what every pillar of hip-hop in every different place has done. Because when I think of UK hip-hop, I think of their slang. The words that they say, the grime influence with the jungle music, it works. They've made it theirs. In Scotland, I guess it has to do something like that.
Keep it funky, from top of Britain, North Britain, not a country. I ain't going to front, mate. Feel like a little Butler monkey with a little hat and no money. 7 drinks and a one.
Yeah, so this song, God Save the Public, I originally done this was during the Edinburgh Festival. BBC got in touch and asked us to get involved in this Rappers versus Poets night, and my subject was Brexit and UK politics. So I already had this tune half written, and I thought, okay, I'll use this, I'll work it out a wee bit more, and that'll be a good way to test the reaction. So when I done that gig, it was brilliant. It was a great wee night. Got loads of people clapping and loving the tune. So after that, I was like, right, definitely using this as a single. So got in touch with my mate Lewis, that you can hear now, Lewis Finlay, who's also just released an album with Mog. Shout out Simmons is Old. Give that a search. But yeah, it's dropped the Brexit sort of thing for the hook and ended up doing this, God Save the Public, because I think the Queen's doing fine. And this tune became kind of so popular with people sharing the video of the live performance that I ended up just thinking, why not just use this as an album title as well, because it does reflect what the album is about. I mean, the album is mainly just a mix of what I talk about or what I feel, and mainly feel quite suppressed by the current political system and everything like that. Also feeling a bit sick in life, so the album's a lot of complaining and a lot of moaning about stuff, but yeah, a lot of people agree with it, and especially when I said this and people are agreeing with me, kind of reinforced my idea to do God Save the Public, because we all feel a bit shit, and the Queen's doing fine, so save us.
When I was young, you had to try and act masculine. Now it's spray tans, long beards, skinny jeans. I'm no managing. Pulling on my t-shirt, panicking. Thinking this looked better on the mannequin. Is it the fact I'm eating a Greggs in bed that says that I'm depressed? Or a basket of severed heads I just sent to the friends I resent? It's basically talking about the evolution of masculinity. So when I was a kid, men didn't go to the sunbed. Young men didn't go to the sunbed. Like, you would get a lot of stick if you went to the sunbed, or if you got fake tan, or if you got your teeth whitened, or if you took an inordinate amount of time over fixing your facial hair. Also, clothing has changed. So, like the jeans I'm wearing just now, these are kind of retro now, but like these were what everybody wore when I was younger. It was more baggy fitting stuff. So it's not so much in the rhyme I'm not being nostalgic about it. In the rhyme I'm talking about the fact that maybe this new form of masculinity, which is a bit less violent, a bit more feminine, a bit is positive.
I remember hearing about Scottish hip hop a few years ago, but not knowing too much about it. Since I've started speaking to people and getting a better understanding of it, I have noticed this reoccurring theme of dark social commentary on Scottish society.
Primarily because it's very colloquial and slang based, you know, like folk are using language that real people use, and I think in music there's this pretentious idea that in art you're not being poetic unless you're using big words, very dense structures. I'm saying that even though hip-hop's got plenty of dense structures, but like, the language that rappers use is more blunt and more straightforward, and I think that's the most amazing thing. It's like if you look at amazing poets from back in the day, some of the most amazing poets of all time, they were doing something very complex with their rhythm and their meter and their structure and stuff, but like their actual words sometimes, like Scots poets for example, they were using language that real people spoke. And Scottish hip-hop and just hip-hop in general is the same, it's very complex in terms of rhyme schemes, like multisyllabics and all the rest of it, but they're not trying to show off to elites in our society, they're just speaking how normal people speak and putting it in the most blunt way they can. So a lot of people will rap about where they grew up, where they represent, and the stuff that affects them. That's always going to be the case, and that still is a big chunk of the content that I get submitted or that I review. But I have noticed more from a few artists in particular, more social issues, and these are guys that actually often do quite well, is maybe because they've tapped into something that's quite political and quite current. So, like artists like Stanley Odd, Loki, Hector Berserk, and then Word in Edinburgh, and quite a lot of smaller MCs as well. I've heard it in passing, talking about the referendum on independence 2 years ago, and talking about issues that were kind of raised around that time, like poverty, what can we do for our community, all that kind of thing.
With a lot of hip-hop artists coming from working class areas in Scotland, they tend to give back to poor communities by doing cultural and awareness work, charity works, and working with school kids. Mainly Loki, Steg G and Andrew Mackenzie, who I caught with.
Gaslight. Maybe I should pop into the pub you're drinking in, like a surprise just to see who you're sitting with. I bet some guy's there trying to cosy up to you, pretending that he's into all the same stuff as you, toasting fancy wine glasses. I seen you before, shooting fly glances, making every guy that passes think he's in with flying chances. You hurt me. How much money you pissing away? This is why I'm in charge of the finances. Mum always right. Shy lassies coming out their shells after 5 glasses, treating guys like taxis.
I worked for the Violence Reduction Unit as a resident artist for a year, and I was commissioned to engage young men at risk of entering the criminal justice system due to their violent behaviour with a piece of art. So my job was to engage with them in a language that they understand around the issue of domestic violence, which is an issue that affects a massive amount of people, a massive amount of women, a massive amount of children in homes. So anything that can focus the mind in the classroom is seen by forward-thinking teachers as essential, and that's why I find myself sometimes working with mainstream schools, additional support needs schools, in prison settings, community centres, you name it. I've been there engaging with some of the most challenged young people in our country.
I hope it's inspired people to be creative and to also give back to their community. If that's happened, then I'm happy. You know what I'm saying? It's never going to be about record sales. There's no industry these days. So if young people or people feel like, okay, Stig G's made it the pathway a bit easier to get accepted as an artist because of the barriers I had to break down, then that's amazing.
I was involved with the community group the Loki set up called Volition, which was like a sort of loose collective of young people who were involved in things related to hip-hop. So some rappers and producers and graph artists, and we'd sort of like run like nights and workshops. I wasn't so heavily involved in the workshops, but things just, and we had a studio space as well, a little hub, just place for young people to come down and get involved and have like a sort of inclusive space to express themselves creatively.
Scottish society at the minute is so polarised that actually you can just tell the truth of your own experience, and people will be offended by it. People will be offended by the truth. I mean, this is a bizarre, and not only that, people will be offended by the truth. people will be made to feel like they have a right to be offended by the truth, and that you should be told not to tell the truth as a result of the offence that they've taken willingly.
All That We Built on the Chaos album.
Welcome to a violent mess. We're better together, share a collection of lies and debt. Simon says we're humankind, the dregs is 2000 and up. Cunts still dying from kick. But what's the use when guys died and bled for free speech this they no longer strive to protect?
That's just when I'm sort of taking an overview of what's happening politically. I did a tune called June 22nd, which was in response to one of Loki's tunes about Brexit. Yeah, he did it. His tune was called September 17th, and it was about the independence referendum.
I live in the place where the climate mostly consists of rain. I'm used to being wet, drenched to my toes and my trainers are fucking wrecks. But my blood's nice and thick, so it don't take much for my dick to get erect. Strong blood flow, I like to understand my dose before I have it with my toes. Plan and prepare where all the beefs, you'll never paranoid, that's why I got my cheese.
A Scottish four-piece hip-hop group I caught up with from Glasgow called Packetamos. They are known as experimental Scottish hip-hop. It's a bit different to the sort of style I've come across in the genre, but they still express their views on Scottish society and what it means to them.
It's practically just alternative, probably hip-hop to what you usually hear, so it's obviously instruments of such like a guitar, drums and bass, and it's obviously got the theme of hip-hop behind it, but it's sort of like mixed in with like rock and funk, and do you know what I mean? It's sort of trying to be as experimental as possible, but still having sort of like a foundation of like clear sort of like rock rap, if you know what I mean, like but
definitely coming from that kind of live band setting rather than like focus more on the production, which I know there is other hip-hop bands that have done that same kind of thing, but I guess just the kind of different pockets we're drawing influence from. I think we've kind of conjured a weird kind of sound that I guess the only way we could, with
my lyrics and stuff, I try to be sort of have a balance of keeping it just with wordplay and just obviously just like rhyming, and then obviously just try and maybe just trigger some lyrics that maybe indicate a story of, I don't know, anything in terms of corruption to like, I don't know, how insecure guys and girls are and shit like that, do you know what I mean? So it's just like,
since you were talking about corruption and insecurity there, do you sing it about any positive moods or anything like that?
Oh yeah, definitely. I would say most of my stuff I rap about. Obviously I do it in a, I do it either not slightly aggressive, or I'm just like sort of like quite hyperactive about, obviously I'm not just going for obviously talking about bad stuff all the time. It's like I try to just give it a balance of talking just talking like sense of everyday life, you know what I mean? It could be from like smoking a fag to like, I don't know, thinking about what you're going to do fucking next summer holiday, or it can be obviously something on point or something that's happening now, but it's, I don't know, it just depends. I mean, like one of
bring a lot of different moods.
Yeah, it's just different moods at all times. I mean, I'm a happy guy all the time. I'm not really, you know, I don't like fucking, I'm not one of these people that always thinks about stuff and always wonders why like shit's going wrong and stuff like that, but you know what I mean, it's just I just give it a balance of sort of how I see life and just a bit of, you know, fun to it, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you do a Scottish hip hop show on Sunny Govan, yeah. When you're doing that show, what kind of content are you going for, trying to like sort of have an awareness of it for new listeners?
I think the listeners of Sunny Govan are very open-minded to start with anyway, and they understand that I work here, I'm the studio manager, so the station's got a lot of Scottish hip-hop influence, and it always has that in its roots as well. And when we do events, we kind of put on Scottish hip-hop events and promote that too. And when we do our events, it's not just the local hip-hop community that come out, it's Sunny Govan listeners, and they might experience like a WD show for the first time. They might discover rap battles for the first time and realise, actually, this is really fun. Whereas before, if it didn't have like the Sunny Govan banner on it, they would never go to a hip-hop event. They'd think, oh, I'm not going to go there, it's going to be violent, it's going to be scary, nobody's going to talk to me, I'm going to look out of place, don't know what to dress.
I caught up with Muslim Aleem, who is a senior producer at the BBC Social. He has been involved with Scottish hip-hop from promoting, MCing, producing and trying to push it as much as possible on the radio, including shows on BBC One Extra.
So my first outing was as an MC, and I guess coming from an Asian background, I wanted to, so this is sort of 91 you're talking, I wanted to promote my experience being an Asian living in Scotland, so just gigging and stuff I guess was the first sort of expression of it, and then recording music. I grew up obviously listening to a lot of Western music, but also a lot of classical Bollywood stuff. So I just started sampling a lot of Bollywood soundtracks. So I guess the hip hop that I made at the time just sounded different because the samples weren't James Brown or Funkadelic. I remember once actually I sampled the Call to Prayer. Now in Islam, the Call to Prayer is sacred, like you don't mess with the Call to Prayer. And I sampled it in a track, and I remember letting my brother and sister hear it, and they were like, oh, you can't put the Call to Prayer in music. And I was just like, why not? It's like, that's the heritage, you know. And then I played it to my mum, and she was just like, that sounds amazing. You know? So yeah, I guess just sonically it sounded different. I guess my experience also growing up was more from being a Muslim, being Asian, growing up in Scotland. It just sounded so Scottish, and it came out a few years ago, was by Steg G and Freestyle Master. It's called Schemes.
We are the soul of the earth, but we're also the worst. When God handed out scams, we jumped the queue, so we were first. Sharp-witted, evil with eyes on the back of our heads. Paint on the walls to remember the dead, and the rich kids, they all call us Neds. But we are so proud of who...
And just the fact that, you know, in London, in UK grime or London grime or London hip hop, they call them council estates. In America, they would call them projects. But just to hear a track called Schemes, you know, it sounds so Scottish. I absolutely love that track. It's one of the best works.
Schemes was a reaction to a TV programme by Colin and Justin. Colin and Justin are pretty well known interior designers. For some reason, they and Channel 5 decided they wanted to make over a scheme. And they decided the scheme they were going to use, a housing scheme, was Ardennes. Ardennes is a scheme that I come from originally. So we were quite taken aback by that. They painted a picture of Ardennes people to be lazy, to be addicted to all types of substances. They really painted a bleak picture of the scheme, and obviously we knew it wasn't like that. So we reacted to it. We made the song Schemes, and it was about being proud of your scheme, being proud of your identity, being proud of the survival skills that it takes when you live in a scheme like Ardennes. And we shot the video in Ardennes as well. We got the young people to shoot it. Lots of good feedback from the community on the video. Lots of good coverage from the press, because we kind of piggybacked on the Colin and Justin thing. They brought their programme out, and I think we put our video out the following week as well. You know what I mean?
We heard from Muslim there that Scottish hip-hop has its diversity by appealing to other cultures as himself, but not only men who are involved in the hip-hop scene, also women too. I caught up with female artist Lady Boss, who actually has a very interesting story with her lucky to be alive from a tragic brain tumour that was discovered last year and having 2 brain operations this year. In the hip-hop scene though, she was the first ever Scottish female rapper on BBC Networks, when back in 2012, DJ Target played her song and interviewed her.
My name, I woke up with a sore head, oh my god, what's the game? Then a nurse came and said that, Stacey's your name. They said, oh my god man, oh I can feel his pain. I can feel his pain. You don't know me, I don't know you. Looked in the mirror, didn't know my own reflection.
I feel that the Scottish hip hop scene is male orientated, and it's always been that way. And as far as I remember, from maybe about 5 years ago, there was not many females in a club. The only females who were there were with their partner, 9 times out of 10. So yeah, I think it's a different vibe, you could say, being a female, and having not many of them support me. Maybe they were envious or having something different from what they had, because they were all male, so it must be hard to always be a male in a male environment. Scottish hip hop to me is an outlet for people who don't have any other outlet, you know, whereas on a global scale their songs aren't acceptable because of the content, tone, things like that, you know, and people don't understand where they're coming from, maybe because they've never dealt with those issues. So to me, Scottish hip hop is about a voice for those who need expression, maybe from their own outlet. It's escapism. Scottish hip hop is escapism. I would love people to be able to listen to my music and be inspired. In February this year, I did believe I was going to die. I had took it on board that, you know, this brain tumour could be the last of me, and the fact that I didn't die, I want to inspire other people who are waiting on that operation, you know, not to think they're going to die. Have faith.
So where do you see Scottish hip-hop in like the next 10 years or so? At the moment you have organisations such as Sons of Scotland trying to push it as far as they can, but do you think it could just naturally sort of expand itself?
So I think the Scottish hip-hop seems very independently minded, and it's very motivated to do well. A lot of these guys really are determined, and that compensates for some of it. You know, like some of these guys are determined to make it, even if they don't have all the keys, or even necessarily the talent. You know, in some cases. But I'd say, because we lack that base, I mean, I always try to push for these artists to apply for what is there, you know, for these funds and go to Creative Scotland or whatever. We're kind of lucky now that the new head of music is actually Alan Morrison, who's a long-term fan of hip-hop, so I'd be interested to see if he's more interested in stuff like that.
Mog's lyrics, I strongly believe, will be taught in schools in the future, and it might be past our lifetimes, but I really recognise his penmanship as being up there with some of the greatest poets of not just this generation, but of all generations, including your Rabbie Burns, your Shakespeare's. And I know other people. I know a friend who's an English teacher who uses Mog's lyrics to debate his class about Scottish culture.
Really?
Yeah, and he agrees with me. He agrees with me that one day these lyrics will be analysed. It's just a shame at the moment people don't put any value on them as much as I recognise the beautifulness in it.
I just want somebody to break out, which is why I put Mad Hat on our stage at Radio 1, put Hector Berserk on our stage at our stage at Tea in the Park, and then I pushed Charlie Sloth's team to give Mad Hat a Fire in the Booth. It's the only Scottish Fire in the Booth ever to happen. That was about 4 years ago. I just hope somebody breaks out of just being a Scottish MC.
It's changed massively, especially when it comes to rap. People used to laugh at Scottish rappers. You know what I mean? I remember we put out an EP with a band called Damaged Goods. We sent it to the Daily Record on the media. Daily Record wrote a piece on it, and they said, you know the film White Men Can't Jump? But they said, but white men can't rap. This was our national newspaper saying that about Scottish hip-hop, basically saying white people can't and shouldn't rap.
We can see that when Scottish hip-hop did start in the 1980s with a few MCs spitting some bars and being laughed at on national papers, it has in fact come a long way, and that was evident in 2014 when the Commonwealth Games opening ceremony in Glasgow opened with the BAFTA-winning video The Wee Hings. It was screened to over 40,000 people at Celtic Park. The film since has been screened on STV, BBC and the Hydro to an audience of 10,000 people.
Ladies and gents, welcome to Glasgow, the home of the games, where the kids are known as Waynes. The city where pure magic power flows out of the average man. Get the full experience, go visit the Barrowlands. Grab yourself a cauldron, hit the tune and have a dance. Try the local cuisine, chocolate bars battered up class. This is the homie where we treat you like we know you, where we don't waste wine to christen ships and people love their fish and chips. We're rich in history and live our lives traditionally. For Ibrox to Parkhead, there's always one consistency. We're loud and free and we're proud to be Glaswegian. If you want to know the Hampden, it's thousands of fans screaming. Here's to a bitch in summer, let's hope we get mild weather. But even in the pouring rain, Glasgow's miles better. So it makes sense to bring the Commonwealth to my streets. You'll never see more people dressed as track athletes.
Scuffed up old sannies hanging down for the while. Look up to see the towers, steeples and spires. Buildings of beauty, a city of desire. Tunes in the tranny we worked till we're too tired. Solid foundations, bricks and mortar. People here have always got a lot to offer. If you ask for a horn, we'll pitch in and fix it proper. Crack a joke, haha, that's a topper. The butchers, the bakers, the breweries and bookmakers. Whatever your flavour, a cup of cum's their saviour. If you must rush, and there's no hassle or fuss, just remember, you can't shove your granny off the bus. When asked the question, we spit out the first answer. Old Gallus Nation, own yourself, you dancer. Come karaoke night, every man is Frank Sinatra. Like the Wellington statue, storm proud with a cone in his napper. Sunlight caught sight from the tall trees and tenements. Local folk rambling, telling tall tales of irrelevance. People here do anything for family, friends and relatives. It's nae bother, brother, sister, mother, father, you know it's genuine. We mean small, tall's called lanky. Granny always has a hanky for when your nose is manky. Whenever you open the door, people will thank you. It's that feel-good vibe. You can feel it, can't you? The famous green and blue play side by side together. Stories we blether live on forever. It's the land of the banter, where we're always get down. Geese peace, with square sausage and tatty scone. But don't get confused when I ask you how. What I really mean is why, but why, I don't really know how. Just join in with the festivity, nobody will think any less of you. Keep it calm and take a tan of ginger brew to a secret recipe.
He said, she said, and I was like, this is Glasgow City where we're having a laugh. Pop a dram in a glass, raise your arms to the past. Let's toast the West Coast, it's the land of the fast. So, stick on your running shoes, the world's watching. Broadcasting live, it's the sons of Scotland. GLAS go, welcome to the show. We play to win, so let the games begin.
That was the Smokin Bugler Band with a track called Dirty Eyes. Fantastic tune. Just before that we played the Scottish hip-hop documentary called Shelter Hip Hop, put together by Paul Reilly. Fucking fantastic. And cheers for giving us the permission to use this as well. It's excellent fucking documentary, man. I quite enjoyed that.
It was made by Winston for Stour game.
What? Is that the boy's name, Paul Reilly? It definitely wasn't him.
Wasn't him?
I could tell by the accent
Right.
completely. So that was an annoying instance there. But cheers again, Paul, for letting us use that, man. Much appreciated. Fantastic.
I think it's Paul Reilly.
Is that all you're thinking about now?
Might not be the same.
What did you think of the documentary, man? Did you enjoy that?
I enjoyed that.
Is that the first time you've heard that?
It's the first time I've heard that.
Because I've passed it to you before.
Apparently I'm not a real Scottish hip hop fan.
How?
So I've not heard the documentary about it yet.
Well, I was played on a Sonny Govan radio, the Temple of Hip Hop. Steg G played it.
To be fair, you're preaching to the choir. I kind of about Scottish hip hop.
Aye. This is to let
I wasn't shocked that it was mostly working class people that were involved.
Because it's no new to us whatsoever that I've been working with Scottish hip hop for a long time. I've even toyed with the idea of doing a documentary about it for people.
It's
the same reason as this.
It's been since 2004 we had that first track with West.
Aye, fuck aye.
So it's been
Christ, that was a long time
13
ago.
years since we were in Scottish hip hop. So.
That's it, defo, man. So
fuck, I'm only 24. It's been 13 years. Jesus Christ.
So I've put the link to the documentary for Paul's page if people want to share that directly. That'd be fucking fantastic. Or share this podcast. You can do that as well. Fantastic.
It's weird caring about empathy, about Louis being an empathy.
Oh.
Because when I was in York Hill, one of the nurses that looked after me was the mum of one of the guys in empathy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know which one it is,
Oh.
but one of Empathy's mums
Oh, yeah.
looked after me. So that was weird because it was the time where I'd done that that Night to Fight tune.
Oh God!
And they were trying to get the Make-A-Wish Foundation to get me in a studio so that I could do a day in a studio. And
Aye. Oh, the whole deal.
A really bad song,
Oh.
professionally. And I put it on a CD. Well, you probably put it on a CD.
Mhm.
And I put it in, and one of them asked me if I kent anybody else in Scotland doing it. I was like, I chucked out a few names. She said, have you heard of a band called Empathy? I was like, they're one of my favourite groups.
No.
She was like, Mum. I reckon if she named them. Or
That'd be funny if it was Louis' mum.
If it was Louis, that'd be funny.
That'd be fucking... Because, well, we can... Louis more than everybody else.
Aye. Do you can... Have any of them...
Well, Sarah Cassidy, obviously, is quite successful. She was on The Voice for a wee while.
Oh, yeah.
She's in a Saturdays... The Saturdays tribute act thing.
Oh, was she
with
in it?
Gemma McKee, Glasgow Gemma. Back in for the old caravan days.
That's her name. Just
Glasgow Gemma McKee.
Because we kent some Gemmas.
So she's
and one of them was for Glasgow.
She's in that group with Sarah Cassidy.
Right.
The Saturdays kind of trip. I don't know if they're doing it now still, but they got fairly successful through that.
How big did the tribute act get of a band that isn't that classic?
Well, no very big, obviously. There's
Beatles tribute acts that they alright, but the Saturdays tribute act seems like
that's it. Aye. There's a Prodigy tribute group. There's only one of them, as far as I know, worldwide. But there's like multiple, like Michael Jackson's and Elvis Presley's.
There's a million Michael Jackson tributes. But the Saturdays, I mean, it's like fucking is it an NSYNC?
An NSYNC tribute
Or
group.
a Liberty X tribute act?
Aye. I'm sure there will be.
You couldn't do a Sugar Babes tribute act because you'd need a million people.
Aye.
That would be impossible.
Well, you just need to keep changing them during the show, sort of thing.
During the stage.
Aye. Day one song, switch two. Next one, switch them all to completely different people. That's why you would do that. But there's actually I can't remember the name, but it's a really funny name for a tribute festival based on Glastonbury.
Christ.
And it's a fucking
Is
fantastic.
It just tribute acts, but it's just
all
the
tribute acts.
Entire Glastonbury.
It's like budget Glastonbury or something.
It's like they've just made Glastonbury.
No, not at all. It's like dead people, like acts and stuff like that. There's like the Beatles are headlining.
They should definitely do
like a carbon copy.
Aye.
Of Glastonbury.
Aye.
He like DJ Mr. Jam for one extra. To like a tribute.
Aye.
Just a big huge fat black guy that comes up.
Totally.
Like a wee
They should
skinny
do
white
that.
guy as Mr. Jam.
Just make it up. Just
Aye.
be super. Run it. Get comedians to run it so that it's
Aye.
funny. Because you need to be funny.
The festival's called Glaston Budget. I love it. But it's like
That's
acts like
fucking amazing.
there's acts like the Beatles and fucking Frank Sinatra and
That's a good idea,
Dolly
man.
Parton and everything.
That's
It's
actually
cool,
a good
man.
idea.
Loads of people go to it because it's fucking brilliant.
And like, you're probably not going to get there unless you're a kid tribute act.
Oh no, definitely not.
Like, it's not going to be Eck and Dave who down the road did
No,
the
yeah,
Beatles.
I think the last one had
They didn't exist. I made Eck
the
and
last
Dave
one
up.
had a Queen tribute act, and I'm imagining I'd be cool if like some of the real acts band members turned up just to like make it like a cool showcase sort of thing. That'd be fucking funny, man. But like I kind of lot of the bands that like so they work on their own music, but like in the sound of the group that they're in the tribute act for.
Nah, they like that. Like,
There's the Prodigy got ones do it.
nah, they like that.
It's like
Something
in the
that.
style of
If you're-
Prodigy.
If you're a tribute act, you're a tribute act.
Oh yeah, that's it. Because I didn't
Didn't
get.
he try and be
I didn't
original?
think anybody wants to hear your original
No.
material.
Otherwise, you wouldn't be a fucking tribute act, would you?
Aye, that's it. Because you're not turning up for the Prodigy sound.
No.
You're turning up for the hits.
Yeah,
sort of
you're
thing,
turning up
aye.
for the Prodigy. Ah.
That's it. So that's enough about class and
Nobody's
budget.
turning up for Steve.
Aye, that's it. Well, this is me.
Except every Thursday night on Besides the Norm.
That's live at 7 p.m.
Yeah.
So whenever the fuck we finish.
So I was thinking there while I was listening to the podcast that I'm fucking starving.
Oh really?
Aye.
You just had your tea.
Aye, I can. There's a fucking smoked sausage shit. There's no
God.
nutrient to that at all.
It's basically just air and whatever you could fit around about the air.
It's fucking sausage flavoured air.
Aye.
And to make things worse, I actually feel ill now because Ronnie just messaged me and she's just made a cauliflower stuffed crust pizza.
Oh, I think that's a joke.
No, it's real. She sent me a picture of it last night. I could show you.
Cauliflower stuffed crust pizza.
Aye, it's got peppers and that on it, but it's like got
Fucking
cauliflower
terrible.
and the stuffed crust.
That's
bit.
fucking disgusting. Sounds
Look,
absolutely
I can show
fucking
you this.
disgusting.
Look, here.
Let me see it. I'll wait to keep talking as well because
There's a picture of my face.
fucking
It's-
turn it away.
It's horrible, isn't it? It's fucking.
Put it away. You're fucking
It
disgusting.
makes me feel sick, man.
Ronnie, you minging cunt.
I told her to listen, but I reckon if she is listening, because I was purposely planning to say that.
Aye, absolute minging,
But
man.
that's fucking horrible.
Crazy shit, man. Crazy shit. Right. So you've got a couple of
Oh,
news
there's a
stories,
chat
boy. Ronnie, no, it's a pizza with the base is cauliflower. Oh wait, we knew that. You see that cauliflower stuffed crust? Aye, that makes
Oh,
sense.
the base is cauliflower. That's worse.
Oh shit! Aye, I have heard about that. What they do is they get the cauliflower and they kind of grind it up, and they make it so that you could actually make a sort of no a dough, but like you would make a cheesecake. You would get like a biscuit base, buttery biscuit base. You know, heard that anyway. They'll stop that. But they do that with cauliflower and they make a kind of buttery biscuit base with the cauliflower. So the Americans are
That sounds fucking shit. That sounds super shit.
Aye, it is absolutely. It's a total vegan. It's a meat eater's nightmare. Yeah, it's really. You've basically taken everything that's good for a pizza, you've put, and then just discarded it, and then started again.
Is it real cheese you've used?
Is it real cheese? Vegan cheese? Vegan
You
cheese
didn't
is
need to
fucking
look at the
horrible.
comment.
Yeah,
Well,
ugh.
you didn't need to look at the comment while you're speaking to
Oh
her.
no, I can. Aye.
She's not actually there.
I forget about the delay.
And she's not actually there.
What do you mean?
You keep looking at her to speak to her. She's not there.
Oh no, I'm not looking to speak to her. I'm waiting for a message, but I keep forgetting the delay.
Alright, is that what you're doing? I thought you were like
Buttery
looking
biscuit
round
base. Anyway.
So you can look her in the eye when
I'm
you're
so
speaking to her.
annoyed that nobody cares about buttery biscuit bases.
I ken about buttery biscuit base.
You heard about that, the
Aye,
MasterChef
yes,
thing?
aye.
Fucking fantastic. So right, so we had news stories. Let's go on to the end before when it comes back with our stupid vegan food. So we'll go through your ones first. I've got more kind of hilarious
Right,
ones.
so-
We'll finish halfway.
The NHS in England have decided to stop prescriptions for certain things for their budget cuts because they need to cut back the budget because they're spending too much taxpayer money on frivolous, useless shit like helping people.
Aye, fuck that.
There
you go.
so some of the things that they're doing, I agree with one kind of because they didn't kind of done that anyway. I didn't think they did it up here.
What was it?
Gluten-free food.
Ugh.
I didn't kind of done that on prescription.
On prescription?
Aye.
But
that's fine. Like cancel gluten-free food because you didn't need a prescription.
Oh,
for
you could buy
gluten-free
that.
food.
You could
You
tax
could
that
also
shit.
just buy things that didn't have gluten in them.
Aye.
You didn't need to buy gluten-free alternatives. You could just buy or avoid things that have gluten in them.
If you're, mind you, it's for celiacs as well.
Aye, but
Yeah, you could buy that shit.
it's a pain in the arse. But I mean,
Aye.
you've got an illness. Like,
Although, I've not got an argument for this at all. No, I've not got an argument.
What were you going to say?
I was going to bring up the tampon thing. I was going to say that's the same as celiacs having to get fucking stuff like that. Like women bleed through their
women
vaginas.
are going to bleed.
Aye.
Regardless of
and
what
celiacs
happens.
cannot eat gluten
Celiacs, yes. So didn't eat food with gluten in it then? You didn't need to buy specifically
That's
gluten
exactly why I said
alternatives.
I've not got an argument. Because it's
You could
like
just
absolutely
avoid pasta, you could just avoid...
Because the choices are out there, you just don't need to buy real flour.
Aye, that's what I mean. No, but even that, you didn't need to buy things that contain flour either. You didn't need to specifically look for things that say gluten-free alternative.
Mhm.
You could just, I'm a gluten intolerant, so I can't eat things with flour in it. So I'll eat something else instead.
That's it.
So, sure, I can understand, in a perfect world, I would say yes, gluten-free alternatives should be at least made cheaper.
Oh yeah.
Like, not profit for that, because that's profiting for a health condition. I'm against that. I'm a socialist. I'm against that. But in this situation, it's not a perfect place we're living in. So you need to transition slowly. And so in this situation, gluten-free foods shouldn't be prescription.
Right.
That's for medicine. That's prescription. It's no a medical thing in the same way that a travel vaccination is.
Aye.
Which is another thing that...
Is that what you're trying? Yeah.
So, travel vaccinations are going to be banned as well, which they're not
Is this for like if you're going to Australia or like Africa?
So a travel vaccination is a vaccination for when you're travelling.
Oh yeah.
I reckon if that's... Is that weird?
No, not at all.
So it makes sense to call it a travel vaccine then.
Aye.
Quality. Right, so...
What's your point? Because I was just asking.
Aye, because you were asking whether it's for when you're travelling.
No. For a silly second, I thought, like people that get travel sickness.
All right.
I thought that's what you meant. For a silly, simple second, I'm a simple
That'd
man.
be okay.
Aye, they stop travel
get in
sickness.
the car.
pills.
Can I get a vaccine, please? For every time I get in the car.
Aye, vaccine. I can. Aye, that was my silly moment. It's a wee blonde moment, Craig.
Travel sickness, EpiPen.
Aye, I'm the everyman because I'm stupid.
So they're trying to... part of the cuts is also travel vaccines. So the issue with this is that the NHS is still free at the point of use in England. So what's now going to happen is folk just aren't going to pay for the travel vaccines. Then they're going to get sick in the place they're gone.
Oh.
They're going to come back and end up in hospital for a week. And then the NHS is going to cost a lot more fucking money. Because the Tories want to cut back just short term. They're no thinking.
That's definitely them cutting all that stuff because that's how Ebola started.
Well, exactly. They're
So
fucking
Ebola crawled
not
its way in here.
thinking these things through, and they keep fucking doing it. Another thing they're cutting is painkillers for the chronically ill. So people
For the
like-
chronically ill?
Aye, for like people
Fuck.
like pain diseases or whatever.
Like chronic illness.
Aye, fibromyalgia. Is cancer painful? I would imagine it's fucking eating
At some point, I would imagine. I don't. Aye, let's not get into cancer, but no, you know what I mean.
I think it's painful.
Oh.
So if you've got fibromyalgia or cancer or whatever, you're just like, well, we'll just buy some paracetamol.
Yeah.
Like, what about morphine? Morphine needs to be prescription only.
Mm-hmm.
If they're not offering that on prescription, like, I don't
Right.
understand they're fucking.
It's a bit fucked up.
It's, again, it's just do you want to pay for stuff getting tax money?
Mhm.
But we keep going to war.
Aye.
If you agree to stop, see, this is. I keep mentioning Kaz in these situations. Kaz is the only person who I disagree with, but who's at least fucking consistent. He'll say openly, he'll openly admit that he disagrees with the NHS and he disagrees with taxpayer-funded things because he doesn't believe in taxes.
Mhm.
He's fucking consistent, but he then doesn't say, "Let's fucking bomb Syria." He doesn't he doesn't say, "Let's fucking day up the Royal Palace." Let's fucking give banker bonuses out of taxpayer money. He's fucking consistently wrong, right? So Kaz is the only right-wing person that I disagree with, but also respect for being at least fucking consistent. Because the Tories are totally fucking clueless, and even I think Kaz would say that he would rather the NHS didn't exist as a thing, but he would rather that poor people were helped for cheaper than them now being in hospital because they've not got the fucking travel vaccines because they had to tip out for it. I reckon even Kaz would agree with that. But the fucking Tories are so... They're sick.
It's like they didn't give a fuck.
But this, like, they say they do though. How... They're trying to cut the deficit. Their argument is that we need to make the deficit back on schedule so that we've not got a deficit anymore. So we're going to do this thing that's going to make the deficit higher. Like, what the fuck? What are you doing? Oh, fuck me.
I think they're thinking one-ended. They're not thinking about both sides of the fucking story.
Of course they're not.
No.
They're fucking mainstream. They're in government.
Aye.
They've got plenty of people that can do the research for them. How is one fucking fat guy for Kennoway, who's not even a councillor, he's just a council... I'm a wannabe politician. How could one wannabe politician find a flaw in this policy so fucking quickly?
And you'll not be the only one either.
Not the only
Loads
one,
of
but
people.
not by far the only one. They've got fucking teams of researchers and they're fucking it up. Like, oh, fuck.
Have they got... Who does the research for them? Is it like some people that
They're
are
Tories.
just clueless.
I reckon who the spin doctor is for the Tories. They can do their
he must be
research.
amazing. Well, he must be terrible, actually.
He's a Tory. He's
So
to
like a
he's
Malcolm
to come
Tucker
out and
type.
make Tories with zero policies look good. That's a fucking tough job. That guy better be paid very well. He's got a very tough job. So Tories have pissed me off with that policy. Our vegan friend is back.
Alright, want me to read it? I'm not vegan. LOL, I uses egg and proper cheese. You can put meat on it if you want. I see. Right, I'm going to be annoying. Craig's going to hate me for this. But I think if you're going to start making a vegan pizza, you're going to put fucking meat on it.
Well, I would agree with that, but I just wouldn't make a vegan pizza.
The last thing I want is a cauliflower-based pizza with fucking pepperoni on it. I'm not even a huge fan of pepperoni, to be fair. Spicy chicken pizza with a cauliflower base.
But why would you get a cauliflower base anyway?
This is exactly my point. Why would you get a vegan food and like an obvious fucking...
It's meant to be a vegan alternative.
I know. So didn't put fucking meat on it.
But then it's just...
Be consistent,
Ronnie. I
Ronnie.
thought the cauliflower's just to replace the bread. Bread's not vegan.
I know, but...
Bread is vegan. I mean, bread... Do you need dairy to make bread?
Are you a celiac, Ronnie?
No.
Oh well, that's answered. That's fair enough. I think if we're going to kind of go with vegan
yes,
stuff...
we know it's not vegan, we're being funny.
I know.
We're saying it's...
We're being soy sausages, that's what we're doing.
But that's the kind of thing that a vegan would do, is they would make a cauliflower base. Because they're fucking annoying.
It's not fucking vegan, it's healthy. Yes, it's healthy, but if you add spicy chicken to the top of it, it's not going to be very healthy after that, is it?
So you need to make it.
You
it's at least vegetarian.
You could add a kind of healthy meat like a fucking
tuna,
aye. Shit, there's a good thought actually.
Probably be shit.
I was thinking more like what's that dried meat called? The beef jerky. That's healthy because it's dried it and it's fucking minging.
Is it healthy?
I'd imagine so because like all the nutrients are like dried out it.
It's going to have like 1,000 million salt on it.
There's loads of liquid smoke and everything because they add like liquid smoke.
What the fuck is liquid smoke?
Rather than actually smoking the stuff like in a smoker, they add like...
Is it flavouring?
It's basically a smoke flavouring.
Right, so it's not like liquid smoke.
No.
Right.
That's a smoke flavouring.
You could drink smoke.
That's what's in that smoked sausage. That's where the flavour's for. It's liquid smoke.
So they forgot to put it in my one then.
No, it's there.
That's
there. You get plenty of flavours for these things, but they're no...
Just no food.
No substance. Because we had it with cheesy pasta, which is basically a fucking tube with air in it. It's basically just...
The plate looks full, but there's
loads of holes in it.
Holes.
There's like tons of holes in the pasta. So it's all stacked up nicely.
It's even worse because it's just fat.
A huge fucking hole because it's stacked up nicely in the plate, but it's fucking... it's just nothing. Terrible. You can make spicy chicken yourself, making spicy chicken. Oh yeah, totally. You could totally
get chicken, add spicy to it.
Aye, that's the flavour of spice.
Aye.
It's funny, Craig had a fucking we had a Sherwood's Madras curry during the week.
Aye, fuck a Madras, man.
And holy shit, Craig, I was fine. It was a wee bit hot, but Craig was deaf.
The first fork way didn't touch me.
No.
Didn't do anything, I didn't feel it.
Because I was surprised with that, because I got like a quite healthy...
I must have got a bit that had no spice in it.
Aye.
I reckon what the fuck happened. But then the couple done,
Mhm.
I was fine. I was like, this is actually enjoyable.
Aye, aye.
This is less hot than the last curry.
Aye.
Then a fucking bang. A fucking...
It certainly wasn't as hot as the Madras that I got for Ramzan's.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. It was definitely not as hot as that.
No, definitely not.
I was able to not die when I
Aye.
hit it. And I finished it.
Mhm.
But fuck, it was hot.
It's incredible, man. It's incredible.
I just think I'm not very good with heat, Stephen.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely what
I
it
think
is.
that's probably what it is.
Aye,
I've just
aye,
got
aye.
a very high tolerance for spice.
Aye, definitely. There you go.
Right.
Next one.
So, next boring story is a Republican House leader has pulled the legislation put in place to repeal Obamacare. So, Obamacare is saved for the time being.
Fuck, right.
So,
I didn't want I need to read it off there. You just said it.
Aye.
I thought I'll read it for the true stuff.
So mine, I was talking about that woman who her son lost his job, and then his health insurance suddenly went down for 600 or 800 and whatever.
Aye, totally, aye,
to like
aye.
80 or something, and she thought it was Trump saving her and God was
Aye.
intervening and stuff.
She's alright the now.
She's alright the now. She got lucky the now, but she better fucking not vote for a Republican again.
Aye.
I hope to fucking Christ they've
She
learned.
was a pretty dumb example.
Yes,
of fucking,
but there's
aye.
a few people. There was a guy on Facebook.
Oh, there's fucking thousands.
There was a Facebook post. I think it was a Facebook post that was shared to Tumblr and then screenshotted for Tumblr.
Oh, for fuck's
back
sake.
onto Facebook again. It was
Oh.
ridiculous. It was one of these mental things.
Jesus.
I was close to telling him that he's print screen it and then send it on Snapchat. It's insane.
And then screenshot it was aye.
That's plenty. But aye, this guy was arguing, like he was adamant that Obamacare had to go and had to be replaced with the Affordable Care Act because that's what he was on, and the Affordable Care Act was amazing, but Obamacare had to die.
Right.
And then somebody had to sort of quite brutally inform him that they were the same thing, and that he had been he had just voted to repeal the thing that was keeping him alive.
Did somebody not do that at a meeting? The meeting to put it forward.
I reckon.
The idea of the new Obamacare, the Trump care.
I reckon.
I'm sure somebody was talking about the good points of it.
Right.
And they were actually talking about the Obamacare.
Right.
It was just unbelievable. And this was a news guy.
Well,
Unbelievable.
They're clueless as well, aren't they? A lot of the time.
That's mental. You should fucking learn what you're doing.
I mean, I ken some people are conservative and some people
Bob
are.
McPhail's fucking joined in the comment bit. Unbelievable.
What's happening, Bob? How you doing, lad?
What's up, Bill? How you doing? What's up, Bob? Quality.
Oh, that is Bill.
No, it's Bob McPhail. I was
said-
joking because we called him Bill before.
Oh, we could ask Bob what Bill's name is.
Aye. Well, when you go, you were the one that was struggling with it.
So we didn't ken folks' names. So what's Bill's name? For context, Bill is the guy that was able to do woodwork that we weren't able to do.
Aye.
So that's Bill. Because I remember you saying Bill, but I
Basically,
might have been wrong.
the guy as well as Bob that was laughing at us for being shit. So I
I
basically.
think it's Bill. I'm pretty sure his name's Bill.
Right.
I'm pretty sure I heard Bob call him Bill.
I struggle with names sometimes, man. That's terrible. We're gonna plug again the open day thing for you right at the end, man, Bob. So keep tuned in.
Aye. So basically, what I'm saying is,
Mm-hmm.
Republicans didn't care about your needs, so stop voting for them. Like, and you didn't even need to vote for the Democrats either, because they're shit as well.
Oh, yeah.
Right? They're total shit as well. You could vote for the Greens. You could vote for the Socialist Party of America, who have got 3 members.
I've never heard of them.
Have you know?
No, who's
Nobody
the name?
is.
Oh, right. That makes sense.
They've got like 50,000 fans on Facebook for a country that's got 300 million.
Jesus.
I think Solidarity's got about 20 or 40.
Like, the ratio's a lot better here.
Aye. What was it? Solidarity's got about 30,000?
About 30,000 the last time I checked, aye.
Aye, so the Socialist Party of America's got that as well.
Jesus Christ.
So 50,000 across a country. of
Ridiculous
300
lefties,
million.
man.
Aye.
That's a terrible American accent.
Socialism is a very bad word in America.
Aye. Billy Carr.
So that's Billy,
Carr.
right.
Excellent.
But I forgot the Y. So his name's Billy.
Idiot, Craig. Idiot.
Got him a bell end.
Aye.
I'm a
You
bell
can't
end.
nail stuff in, you can't fucking screw, you can't remember people's names.
What
What
can I
do
do?
you? What?
I can't kill myself. That's the thing.
Well,
That went dark.
I would try, you didn't try that, but
So no, I could wait till later.
I will date later when I'm sleeping.
When you're
then I
sleeping.
didn't care anything about it.
You didn't care
There
anything
you
about
go.
it. Until you find me.
That's it. But I reckon I'm going to get up to the shed on Tuesday though. But Bubsy.
Bubsy, you a lift, aye.
If Bub's going to lift anyway, so if you're not there,
Yeah,
then
you a lift.
who cares? Aye, we will not be here.
So
We'll be
we're
dead.
going to the next story, I think.
Aye, let's move on.
Because that's very dark.
We're going to talk about Ricky Gervais. I'm going to get rid of that story because it's fucking pointless.
That's the thing.
There was a story.
Let's talk about this.
Are you sure?
Aye, this is
There's basically a local
shit.
Kirkcaldy councillor was going down the Link Street in Kirkcaldy and come across. Is that like a cross section road or something?
It's meant to be a junction into a main road.
Aye, and it's the most shoddy work I've ever fucking seen in my life. Can you get like kind of wee stripy lines that are supposed to go across the road, and like they're supposed to be like in a line. It's like the guy was pissed when he was doing it. He was just kind of going, just floating
I
about.
thought it was a machine that done that.
It's basically the picture that's on the the picture that's on the podcast as the wavy lines road. So if you're listening on the podcast on speaker, you'll be able to see that, and if you're on YouTube, you'll see it as well. Just check the picture of the podcast. That's what it looks like. It's absolutely terrible, and that's the big news in Kirkcaldy for the week.
That's pretty incredible, man.
Pretty incredible. So this is causing a big.
See,
hassle.
as a council candidate in this area, I've been looking desperately for news stories in this area. There's fucking none.
Aye.
The closest thing was like
local man slips in the rain.
Aye. The latest thing was a big story which I missed last week, which is fucking annoying. As a guy who was found with like $4,000 worth of drugs in his car.
Oh, the cannabis thing.
Aye, but then
I know, wasn't it?
I support
I
support drug legalisation.
I've seen it as well. I was going to bring it up as well, but I was like, because I support it, I can't really like.
What were the drugs?
Yeah, there was like multiple things. There was like cocaine, cannabis resin, leaving grass, like old school,
right?
Soap bar.
Oh, the soap bar.
Soap bar.
Oh, fuck a soap bar guy.
Cannabis or resin.
Let's get him arrested for selling soap bar.
He had like I think he had heroin, cocaine, speed, MDMA. I give you a wee collection. It was like a wee
buffet.
A wee buffet. Aye, a wee drug buffet.
So I've got a moral issue with heroin and that. I didn't like heroin, but I think it being illegal is more dangerous than it being legal.
Aye, you've explained this before, I think, as well.
Aye, because it being illegal.
Did you go through it again? Because you've got
it being illegal, right? So when you take heroin, you've got mental health issues most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
You've been brought up in a shit area. You've got issues that you want to get away from. You take heroin once and you become addicted. That's how heroin works.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fucking horrible drug to take.
Definitely.
Which I will be taking when I'm old. Which I've had a few people now tell me that they're going to be taking it when they're old.
As soon as I hit about close to death,
I think if I ever get sort of diagnosed with cancer or whatever, I'll be like,
that's when you get the bucket list started.
Aye.
Or you'll hear the bucket list ready
swim
and you
with
get
dolphins.
kicked in about it. What about swimming with dolphins and taking heroin at the same time?
Oh, geez, that's the shit.
That is.
Then if you get arrested, oh fuck, I'm going to be dead in a week.
Fuck it, I'm swimming with dolphins. Who's going to? The police going to come in and catch me? Are they? The police boat.
They're like dead lions.
I'm on heroin like that, just like bloody nose in the ring, just being dragged away by a dolphin. It's just horrible.
But I think if somebody's got issues and they're addicted to heroin, you're not helping them by putting them in prison.
No.
You're making them worse by putting them in prison. So I think if it was legalised, regulated, taxed as well, keep taxing it, no too high so that it's too dear and then you make people in poverty for getting heroin. That's also a terrible idea.
Well, that's part of the problem before.
But you put it in like chemists, you hear somebody there with them at all times, constantly saying, "This is a bad idea, this is a terrible idea."
If you're able to get it in a sense that you don't need to rob your gran, I think that's a great fucking start.
And it gets rid of people thieving.
The thieving, love that word. If you're able to obtain drugs in a fucking kind of like a normal sense of the word, you're able to just go and get it. Because there's some like high class fucking business owners that take heroin, that take cocaine. They've got the fucking money to do it, and they're able to function in real life. It's the people that are fucking getting caught on it, like the working class people that are getting caught and fucking like taking these things, and then they've just not got the money to fucking support that kind of habit.
Then they're put in prison. So when they come back out of prison, they're a hardened criminal. They've had to deal with more violence in
can't
prison.
Get a job as well.
They can't get a job. So how do they get their heroin then?
Exactly.
Fucking steal it.
Rob
and then
McGrath.
this is again why I fucking hate the idea of we were doing it that UBI thing. The guy brought up fucking local economy currencies and stuff like that.
No.
I fucking hate that shit. I hate the idea of food banks in America. If you want to buy drugs because you're addicted to drugs, and the only money that you've got isn't able to buy you drugs, then you're going to fucking steal it for somebody else.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So give them the fucking money so that they can buy drugs. If they buy drugs, that's what they're going to do. It lowers them stealing shit for other people.
That's it.
Just, it's really common sense. I ken it's people that are saying, well, I don't want my money going to junkies.
No.
Again, fucking, what
It's
is
going to
war?
multiple
War is a
things.
fucking addiction for these people.
It's become through the years that people just hear about people that nick for their grands or they commit kind of like terrible atrocities all the time to get their wee fix. And of course, after that amount of time of that happening, the same with Muslims. All the fucking atrocities happen, it gets fucking put in the news too much. People keep hearing it in their heads, then they just get to the point where they're like, fucking bin them, fuck it. Dirty bastards.
Then it gets worse and worse.
And then it gets worse. And then nothing gets solved.
Aye.
Nobody stops to think about the fucking problems that are getting caused. And it just continues on.
So that's
at least
dilemma.
let's try to fucking fix the problem, people. There you go. Done.
Moral dilemma. Fixed.
There you go. So you got more news?
Nah.
No. Oh no, shit, it was on my news, yeah.
Aye, it was on your news.
We started talking about a fucking shit rod. And then we're talking about something else.
It's funny though.
Oh, sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. Okay, Ricky Gervais in the news today. For basically, there was a couple at a Ricky Gervais gig. They just lost a kid. Either a few days or a few weeks beforehand. Maybe a few months, I'm not entirely sure. They went to the Ricky Gervais gig. It was their first night out as well. This is terrible. It was their first night out. After a while, they thought, we'll go and see Ricky Gervais. This will be safe. So they went out, and Ricky Gervais made a joke about dead babies. I don't know if you caught the beginning, but their baby had died. So what happened was they got pretty upset, I would imagine, and they got in touch with some news outlets. Annoyingly, they couldn't get a hold of the joke. Obviously, Ricky Gervais isn't posting the joke up or anything, so they couldn't get a hold of the actual joke. But what the Daily Mail decided today, which is one of my fans.
Oh, the Daily Mail?
Yes, the Daily Mail.
Yes.
The Daily Mail decided what we'll do is we'll post all the best bits of Ricky Gervais right underneath the fucking story. There's a whole fucking section, because this is we'll scroll past all the best bits of Ricky Gervais' Twitter and videos and everything. So
that's a fucking huge bit.
It's a huge fucking article. And this is the bit about the story, about the woman and man. This is the guys here basically saying that. So that was that happened. And just basically the best Twitter feeds of Ricky Gervais, some new videos and stuff like that, some fantastic stuff. Really capitalising on Ricky Gervais' fucking fame there. It's a really horrible fucking thing to do for such a annoying story for people. But again, there's no context for the joke because we didn't even come what the joke was.
The problem is
we didn't come what Ricky was talking about before.
So right,
Ricky, this is another thing. They hadn't seen. They knew who Ricky Gervais was, but they hadn't seen his stand up, so they didn't ken what to expect. That's another problem.
Right. So
they
first of all, didn't go and see somebody unless you can who they are.
Basically, check them out first.
Especially if you've had something like that happen,
because
you're emotional at that point. I understand people being offended by dead baby jokes at that point.
Oh, definitely.
I get it. That's totally fine. Where I hate the problem is running straight to the media.
Oh.
If they're going to see somebody that's high profile comedian who does sick humour, search for him.
Search first. Ricky Gervais is known for kind of pushing the envelope a wee bit, but not much. Frankie Boyle was a hell of a lot worse than Ricky Gervais. I'm sure, knowing Ricky Gervais, that there was some sort of context behind what he said, or it was just something like an aside, like just a fucking a side joke sort of thing.
A wee one-liner.
But again, you never know, because basically
he didn't go up to the couple and say, "Ha ha, your baby."
No, definitely. It was probably like an aside joke, and fucking this is just my speculation. Probably an aside when he mentioned something about a dead baby, and then that's what got them triggered.
Probably
the unfortunate word. So that sounds more likely as to what happened.
So I've no issue with them being upset about the joke.
No.
my issue is them running to the media about the joke.
Right, that's it.
If you're offended by the joke, you kind of need to deal with it. You're at a comedy show. You need to kind of.
I'll move on. I'll come back to that the Daily Mail article because there's some ridiculous comments.
All right.
Ricky Gervais, not want to shy away from the media attention, just kind of posted loads of silly shit that day. So should we go through it?
Aye.
At least we could laugh about it.
Is it mere dead baby jokes?
No.
Alright.
But
is it worse?
Ridiculous, like kind of taking the piss at what happened.
Alright.
This is I think it was the first or last, but warning, my stand-up mentioned AIDS, cancer, paedophilia, famine, race, terrorism, rape, murder, drugs, death, and even food allergies.
Oh, so you can't be talking about food allergies.
That's the thing.
That's too far.
Any fucking topic that comes
There's
up.
nut allergies that die, right? So just let's.
That's the problem with stand-up. You could fucking start talking about absolutely fucking anything, and somebody in that crowd will have had a sort of some sort of issue with that.
Andrew Lawrence. We went to see Andrew Lawrence in Edinburgh. One of the first things he started talking about is how disgusting fat people are. I was in the front row.
Yeah.
Then I got up and started, yeah.
They look at you.
He looked at me a few times. And I was sitting with a finger up, like, fuck you, you're ginger.
That's it.
You didn't get to judge people, right?
But
I wasn't upset. I didn't greet. I didn't start fucking freaking out and start punching him in the neck.
Did you get in touch with the news? That's the most important thing.
Obviously.
That's what you have to do.
Then I went on STV and started moaning about it for weeks. Got a campaign going. Got a funding campaign and spent £1 million.
Ricky Gervais put I wish I had £1 for every time I offended someone. Wait, I do. Fucking hell, jokes about bad things.
That's amazing.
He just put loads of kind of.
What a prick.
He just put loads of.
What a fucking dickhead.
Totally.
Again,
it's the comments. Obviously, somebody was going to put a dead baby joke up.
Alright.
You want to hear a good one?
I go for it.
What's the difference between a pile of dead babies and a Ferrari?
I don't have a Ferrari in my garage.
So you put that up?
No, but I couldn't laugh at her.
There's a guy called Pickle Cake. Which sounds horrible, by the way. Pickle Cake. No, that was it. That was it. That was all I wanted to put up. His name alone was what attracted me to that comment. I just seen the word Pickle Cake, and I was like, yes, I have to use that.
Do you care any dead baby jokes?
No, but you can a lot of them. Day one. The thing with a fucking dead baby joke is that's absolutely fucking ridiculous. Makes the person look absolutely psychotic, but at the same time, it's not real. It's the fantasy idea that somebody's that fucking evil they could date someone, and it's just so ridiculous that you just go, idiot.
It's taking horror to a ridiculous
It's taking horror
level.
to a new. People watch horror films all the time. See that new Stephen King trailer?
No, but I can.
A clown going.
I can
like
Technique.
that. Fuck that.
I can Technique has seen the trailer.
Yes,
and he is not up for watching that
not
at all.
Fuck no. I'll let you see the ending one.
Nah,
you don't want to see it at all.
Nah.
Imagine a clown coming out of the water and doing your fucking dance.
Nah, fuck that. Like
aye, exactly.
Fuck
and then
that,
going
man.
bleh, like that with his teeth out and everything. Fuck that. Exactly. If I didn't put the heebie-jeebies in you, oh, you bastard.
See, I'm not even that scared of the clowns. They can.
No, I'm not scared of clowns either. But
But
that was freaky. That
creepy.
movement that you did.
Why is it wee lasses and white dresses are scary?
Because it's fucking awful.
It's just.
They go, hello. Oh, you bastard.
I'll kick you in the fucking head, child.
There's people signed out and killed themselves just after hearing that there.
Me?
Bob's dead now. Bob's killed himself.
I will fucking happily jump on the head of a child that does that.
Aye, and Ronnie's just had a cauliflower pizza, so she might as well kill herself.
Fuck that shit, man.
That's the guests. That's what happens. Welcome, cretins.
Oh, that's the thing. PewDiePie's got the bros. We've got the cretins.
Basically, Bob's tuned in 2 weeks.
Scum.
Bob's tuned in 2 weeks in a row now. He's now a cretin.
Is he? Was he here last week?
So we've got a t-shirt. We've got a t-shirt. You're a
Bob wasn't
cretin.
here last week.
He's been in 2 weeks though.
Aye.
Oh, the gear.
Oh, the gear.
Aye. Now a cretin. You listen to more than one. Done.
Aye, well, fair enough.
You're fucking ruined for
we
life.
Weird you a few folk t-shirts then. Annoyingly.
Aye. Well, no, I'm not doing that. That was a silly.
Some of your guests have been on twice.
There you go. Aye.
We can't afford that t-shirt.
No, fuck no. Bill could, if we put the t-shirts up, Bill could buy his own. That's what we could do. We'll do that. I meant Bill Mayer, no Bob. That's Just getting out of there. So I think we're finished.
Are we finished? I thought you had 3 stories.
No, just 2.
Alright.
The third story was that fucking... sorry, I had 3 articles up. 2 of them were the Ricky Gervais and one was comments and shit.
That makes sense.
So interesting podcast, man. Quite enjoyed that.
A couple of dead baby jokes.
Aye, did you go to Scottish Hip Hop documentary? Loki's triggered.
The fact that I can't the dead baby joke that easily.
It's just a joke, though.
Is that a bad thing? That
if you're going to be upset at a joke, get out of yourself. Unless you've been triggered by the joke.
I was quite heavily involved in the campaign to save the dead baby jokes page.
Were you heavily involved in the campaign? Were you leafleting for them?
Yes.
Alright.
Online.
Alright. Oh, well, hi.
That's
just sharing posts.
We ended up speaking to people and trying to convince them that a bunch of us emailed Facebook as well.
You sound like a really exciting person, Craig, in your day-to-day life.
Well, it's about free speech. People were trying to cancel free speech. I ken free speech doesn't include private companies, but so legally they didn't need to keep up the page. We knew that, but just the principle, your fucking Facebook, you keep up execution. You keep up. There's still that video of that wee lassie killing herself on live, Facebook Live. That's still up.
Is it still up?
I'm sure it is. I'm sure it's still up. A wee fucking lassie killing herself live. It's still allowed on, but a fucking dead baby joke, isn't it?
Because there was no grins.
That wee lassie actually killed herself. That was an actual death of a child.
There was no grins because she's never done anything illegal, which was.
But a dead baby joke is illegal.
That's it.
Mental.
Fucking mental. We've done it again, Craig. We've ended this podcast on a fucking terrible note.
That's a pretty positive.
And it's the 3rd time we've brought up that fucking lassie dying.
But we're not she killed herself, yay.
No, but
we're like, that's fucked up.
Exactly, and that's what's more fucking polarising for listeners. Because we end the podcast always that lassie dying on her Facebook.
No. Well, I'm just saying it's bad that they banned the dead baby jokes page, but they keep this poor fucking lassie's deadness. So let's end the podcast now.
So the Kennoway Community Shed open day is on April the 4th. If you're listening live, it's Thursday. If you're listening today at any point, it's Thursday. If you're listening any other day, it's April the 4th, 10 to 1 PM. There's loads of people doing loads of different things. I think there's some arts and crafts in the go.
It's Tuesday, not Thursday.
I keep saying Thursday. Tuesday, remember that when you read April 4th. It's going to be like cooking. Some cooking.
Some bacon either's got some recipes. You've got us.
Well, I think we'll be getting folk in. We'll be making some sort of. We'll try and put together some sort of podcast, getting people in and talking to them. We're good at talking shit to people and getting their their inner thoughts. Like some immigration laws and stuff sorted with some people. We'll find out. So we'll just talk to some people, get Bob in for an extended conversation. If he's got time. See what happens, man. See what happens. We'll be taking. I'll probably film some stuff. Do some
selfies with
camera
the
photo work, maybe, bro.
With the homies and that.
Well, the homies, mate. What?
Oi, homies.
Aye. So I'm thinking we didn't actually show our podcast. We just show what we do. So basically, argue for 3 hours or 4 hours.
I could do that.
Aye, fuck aye. Perfect. Aye. There you go. Fuck you. Oh well, fuck it. Okay, thank you everybody for tuning in. We're going to end with a song by Honeyblood. It's a track called Sea Hearts. Thank you very much. Check our details in the description. Peace very much.
End.
Sipping tequila after dark.